eyes just to see if I can still bleed. 'Cause with you I
anything and everything you have to do. Bitch, I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead. I let all that get to my head. I don't care, I'll be somewhere. Bitch, I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead. I let all that get to my head. I don't care, I'll be somewhere.
Take it up. Slow, steady, undress, impress. Take it up. Slow, steady, undress. Success.
You got a fast car, and I wanna take it to anywhere. Maybe we make a deal. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Any place is better. Starting from zero, got nothing to lose. Maybe we'll make something. Me, myself, I got nothing to prove. I ain't proud of all the punches that I've thrown in the name of someone I no longer know. For the shame of being young, drunk and alone. Traffic lights in the transmitter radio. So I remember when we were driving in your car. Speed so fast, I feel like I was drunk. Got tired, got tired for you. Had a feeling that I belong. Got tired for you.
Tell that I want you, I say it. I would want myself. Please, oh baby, I'll put you through hell. Just know me, yeah. So sure of yourself, baby, don't get greedy. That shit won't end well.
I can't explain. I got a feeling that I can't erase. Just a feeling that I won't leave behind, because it's something that it's on my mind. I guess it goes like na 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 na.
Myself, please, oh baby, I'll put you through hell. Just know me, yeah.
I call it cappuccino. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 days a week. Every hour, every minute, every second, night after night. I'll be fucking you by 7 days.
Yeah, man, I need ways. Tell me it's not the whole day. Someday. Yeah, it hurts to say, but I want you to stay. Sometimes.
I don't fuck with you.
I'm taking it home. Moving my body like an info.
Is this sex so good, I shouldn't have to fall for free. I go on and on, can't understand how I last so long. I must have the superpowers, last 223,000 hours. And it's cause I'm off of CC, and I'm off the Hennessy. And like your boy from Compton said, you know this dick ain't free. I got girls that I should've made pay for it. Got girls that I should've made wait for it. I got girls that I cancel a flight back home. Stay another day for it. You got attitude on nah, on Hawaii. Stomach on flat, on what's that?
When she was just a girl, she expected the world, but it flew away from her reach, so she ran away in her sleep.
Young girl don't want that back calling me splurge. Why me jump right on the curb? Bet this man fly like a bird. Spin on the first and the third. Solid, I'm keeping my word. Can't be my equal, I don't know what you heard. Crack up the phone, I swear. Keep me a stupid, they purge.
Pour me another drink, cause I don't wanna feel a thing no more, hell no. I just wanna sip till the pain wears off. Don't wanna think about her, or wear a ring without her. Don't wanna hit the karaoke bar, can't sing without her. So make them drinks strong, cause brother, she's gone. And if I'm ever gonna move on, I'ma need some whiskey glasses, cause I don't wanna see the truth. She's probably making out on the couch right now with someone new. Yeah, I'ma need some whiskey glasses if I'm gonna make it through. I'ma be single, I'ma need a double shot of that heartbreak blues.
Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she precious?
Nothing that if I tell everyone how I made this money, that it's going to affect me in any sort of way.
AMD, if we get a quick little pop above $12, I'm thinking about maybe a quick little short over on AMD. Finger on the trigger to lock in profits when it starts moving back on up. Here we go. Nice job. Let's take it. $979 in profit. Look at this spike, baby. Taking some gains right off the top right here. 124,000.
You just gotta know what you're doing.
200.
Every single person can be successful.
Dollars in profit.
There's no reason for you not to become a full-time day
Now
trader.
we're currently up $2,100. Let's just keep it going even more. I want every single person. Now we're up $2,500. Now we're going up to $117.40.
It's not like it's a competition. It's if I tell you how I was able to do this, go out, make that money, make a killer, and let's all absolutely crush it together.
even farther here. We're up $1,100 within the first 5 minutes of the day. I'm feeling absolutely fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, man, it feels fantastic to be alive today. It does every day. But man, what an absolutely incredible day we have stored on up here. We got CPI data out tonight. We've been on a win streak like no other. We are on track to have the best year of trading we have ever had in my trading career. How crazy is that to think about, team? My record is $552,000 in a year. That was back in 2021. And right now we are on track to be able to match it, and I'm looking to exceed it. These final 6 months of 2024, I am looking to be able to take my trading to the next level. We right now have been averaging $1,500 nearly every single day. We want to keep this going. But on top of that, we want to bump it up a notch. We want to get up to $2,500 if we can. We want to get up to a couple $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 days. Obviously, we don't want to change the strategy too much because it has been working, it has been successful, and we have been an absolute dominant in this market. Traders, good morning. Woo! So a couple big things, team. Let's just think about this here for a moment. When we had, again, in 2021, that $552,000 year, it was a much different way of trading than I'm doing right now. There were days that I was making $20,000 in a day, but there were also days that I was losing $20,000 in a day. There were rapid swings. Sometimes I was down $40,000, getting myself back into the green to go up $10,000, down again $100,000. You guys have seen that before, to get myself back up $30,000. It was a very wild, fun, but at times extremely stressful. So this way of trading has been much different. This way of trading has been lock in profits when you have them, look for good disciplined trades, and don't allow yourself to have big red days. No $20,000 losses ever. Let's just consistently have $2,000 wins. We have a $2,100 win. We have a $1,000 win. We have an $1,800 win. We have a $3,000 win. We have a $500 win. We have one red day of $300. Right? We are consistently growing, consistently locking in profits, consistently making money. And then, of course, we're allowing these to keep on going higher and higher and higher. Guys, let's turn off the music right here. Get ourselves going. Everyone joining us over on this day, smash that thumbs on up. And shout out to this amazing team, amazing community. And, of course, this absolutely just incredible group of traders that we have right now at this moment. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. I'm so fired on up. Now, let's keep it going right here. I'm going to, let's address the elephant in the room as well. Everyone's saying, Dek, not only are you a great stock trader, but you've also been an incredible sports bettor. Yes, guys, ladies and gentlemen, I won my sports bet yesterday. We are currently sitting with $21,000 in profit from betting on the Euros in the last 48 hours. Okay, I'm going to say this right now. I'm just, again, feeling very happy about it, so I'm kind of showing off a little bit at this moment, but I'm pretty jacked up. I won my sports bet out of it, and again, currently up 21,000. Okay, but that I don't want you guys sports betting. It's a loser game. You will lose over time. I just got extremely lucky, but again, we're sending it on over and paying for the wedding. Now, let's talk about some stocks today. Let's talk about what we can get ourselves involved in. Let's talk about to see where this hype and this momentum is going to be able to take us. Bones, you said, Dek, you picked the Netherlands. I cashed out right after they scored. So just sort of heads on up. I don't want anyone to think I'm going to be a liar here. I'll show you again the P&L. I know everyone wants to see the P&Ls of trading. I'll show you the P&L over here as well. So what I did put in, just a little heads on up if you don't know, I again said that Spain was going to win, and I said the Netherlands were going to win. And I put $4,000 on it. Now, if this happened, I would have won $32,000. But I got a little scared. England looked really good. So after the Netherlands scored on their first goal, this said I could take my money right now of $15,000. So I cashed out.
So basically I said, hey, you know what? I don't know if they're going to win. England was looking pretty good yesterday. I'm just taking my money when I have it. I basically, again, did my gambling almost like I do my stock trading. Take profits when you have it. So again, I actually cashed out right here. You could see cashed out, which means I just took my money and ran. So hey, I'll take it. Not too bad, not too shabby. So I just took it right after, again, they scored. Got the goal, went up 1-0. I said, hey, that's more than enough for me. I'll take that profit. Now, traders, let's see what we have at this time. Let's see what we have going on with this day, because we know that right now it is CPI data time, baby. We could see the S&P 500 went all the way up to 560, spiked all the way up towards, again, 563, and now back on down towards around 560. Okay, so what is going on with the SPY right now at this time? Well, we do know, again, the CPI data has come on out. Let's go over and let's read the CPI data. So we do have from Foxrunner right here, every single person, every single trader. I told you guys how good Foxrunner is. You guys should all have Foxrunner at this time. So if we scroll on down here, let's read first things first on what we expected out of this data. So it says CPI data at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. We're just going basically from scratch here, saying, okay, what were we expecting? It says the economic data over the next 48 hours. A widely anticipated inflation report on Thursday may solidify expectations for the Federal Reserve to cut interest rates in the coming months. So for anyone who does not know, CPI data is the consumer price index, and it's going to get us a great gauge on how inflation is looking at this time. So it says the Consumer Price Index, or CPI report for June, was due at 8:30 a.m. today. Recent economic releases has suggested that inflation and economic growth are both cooling, including last week's report of the unemployment in June, which ticked up to 4.1%. On Thursday's report comes the Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell's delivery of a two-day testimony on Capitol Hill this week. The central bank chief did not indicate when exactly rate cuts will begin. However, Powell did say the Fed sees the risk to the economy as more imbalanced between inflation and recession, and that the central bank did not need to wait until inflation hit 2% level to cut rates. So for anyone who does not understand what's going on here, let me explain to you guys in English. Right now, Jerome Powell, the Federal Reserve, interest rates, inflation, it's all starting to cool. Things are starting to cool down. It's taken about 2 years, but finally inflation is starting to drop. Inflation is starting to cool. Things are starting to get slower, and we are waiting for Jerome Powell to walk on out for the first time and say, hey, we are going to cut interest rates. We are going to start making mortgages not as expensive. We're going to make credit cards not as expensive. We're going to be taking out a loan not as expensive, an auto loan not as expensive, whatever it may be. We want to cut those interest rates on down. So you see Thursday, July 11th, everything started coming out at 8:30. Now, let's see here, traders. Just a little heads on up. What is CPI data? CPI data is a key economic measure that measures the average change in prices paid on urban consumers on the market basket of goods and services. It is going to give us an update of how inflation is currently doing. So what happened here, team? What was the news? What did we see out of the S&P 500 here? What are we currently looking at? It says CPI data is now out. So inflation falls 0.1% in June from prior month, helping case for lower rates. So, hey, it didn't fall much, but it didn't go up. It fell 0.1%. So it basically did what, traders? If we want to think about how much, again, inflation fell, inflation was right here. Now inflation is right here. It went like this. Eat. But you know what? That's better than going towards the upside. That little crack on down is better than a little crack on up. So we take a look over on it. It says inflation falls 0.1% in June from the prior month, helping cases for lower rates. The Consumer Price Index, a broad measure of costs of goods and services across the U.S. economy, declined 0.1% from May, putting the 12-month rate at 3%. Around its lowest level in more than 3 years. The Labor Department reported on Thursday. These all-item index rates fell from 3.3% in May and was flat on a monthly basis. Excluding volatile food and energy costs, so-called CPI increased 0.1% monthly and 3.3% from a year ago, compared to respective forecasts for 0.2% and 3.4%, according to the report from the Bureau of Labor and Statistics. So we have the entire actual Bureau of Labor Statistics right here going over everything. And you can actually see the table and changes show again what has changed from food, energy, gasoline. The S&P 500 did have a spike and start coming back on down. So let's see what we have over on the SPY. We got to talk about the S&P 500 at this moment. The SPY, when traders saw that we had that good data, the good data of inflation falling 0.1%, the SPY went on a great rip. The SPY went on a great climb. The SPY went on a nice move on the upside. Now, it is starting to get a little bit of a drop back on down, but we are still moving ourselves on up. Now, what we need to understand right here and right now is that as the S&P 500 is continuously spiking, as the S&P 500 is continuously moving on up, is there anyone concerned here? Is there anyone concerned that the S&P 500 has been moving up so fast and so hard and hitting new highs every day that a pullback has to be due? Is anyone thinking that maybe we're going to see a month of dropping? Does anyone think we're going to see a little bit of a fade? Let's go over towards a monthly time frame. A monthly time frame, I always like to take a look at this picture because I think this picture is very unique. I think it's very cool. Is when you take a look over on the S&P 500, everyone take a look at this chart right here. This goes all the way back down to 2010. Now from 2010 all the way until 2021, it was in a nice solid uptrend. When we take a look over on the S&P 500, you could see a nice solid uptrend, a nice solid climb, a nice solid move on up here. Then guess what happened? We had COVID hit, we had the pandemic hit, and we started seeing a monster spike. 2022, we had a pretty big drop, but we didn't even drop back on down to, the bottoms. We just dropped back down to where we were. And now in 2023, 2024, we are going absolutely ballistic again. This market here, traders, you want to think about, the SPY is usually slow. Oh, the SPY, yes, you want to put your money in the S&P 500. It compounds gains. It's very slow and steady, averages about a 10% return. Yes, from 2010 to 2021. Since 2021 to 2024, these last 3 years, it's been like a penny stock. It's been like a micro play. It's going on big rips, big dumps, now again spiking back on up. It kind of seems like things are so volatile, things are so wild, things are so crazy to see that, it's hard to predict what this market's going to do. Obviously, there's half of me that says, Dek, the S&P 500 is the top 500 companies in the United States. People are going to be spending, people are going to be using the top 500 companies in the United States. Obviously, the market's going to move itself on up. Now, at the other side of me is saying, well, hold on a second. Yes, the top 500 companies in the United States are great, but let's also understand that the S&P 500 right here could easily turn and drop. Is it not overbought? Are we not hitting brand new record highs every single day? Does it not seem like maybe these are a little inflated prices? So it's hard to go against the all-star team of the top S&P 500. But at the same time, team, you do have your reasons on why the market could drop. So I don't have a clarified answer on what's going to happen in the near future. But, you just have to realize, hey, the train is going up. The train has consistently gone on up. The train is going up every single day, it seems like. It's hard to stand on the railroad track saying, oh, I'm going to try to stop it and make it go on the opposite way. With that being stated, of course, at some point, we will see the S&P 500 fall and dump and start getting weaker. Now, I've showed you guys this picture many times in the past before. When we SPY rate cuts, right? And a lot of people believe that the market is actually going to start turning and dropping once rate cuts happen. Once rate cuts happen is when the market actually starts turning and starts dropping. So I've actually showed you guys this picture a few times before in the past, but when we take a look at it, you can actually see where we actually start cutting rates, right? If people get excited, oh, we're going to cut rates, the market's going to go up higher. Well, again, we cut rates back in 2000 to 2003. That's when we had the dot-com bubble. We cut rates, the market fell 51%. We cut rates in 2007, 2008. Guess what happened? We cut rates, 2008 market crash happened, right? 2018, we cut rates. We also had a very nice drop. So the thing is, when we cut rates, we have seen in the past very big drops before. So we got to see what's going to be happening in this market. Obviously, all I can do is tell you the information that is currently at hand. Obviously, what we have today is the CPI data and inflation getting slightly weaker, which is great news. And the market is consistently moving itself on up day after day after day, which is pretty wild to be thinking about. So let's look to see what's up next. Guys, we do have BDRX right here. BDRX has gone from 75 cents up to $1.68. All right, Let's see what we have here over on BDRX, the #1 top gainer in the market. Looks like the stock started spiking at what time? 8:30. Let's see what is the hottest news on today. Taking a look over on our scanners, hottest news on the day, BDRX. Take a look right here. BDRX, 3-star press release, 131% gain. And look at all the emojis. Look at all the keywords that are standing on out. Basically, little heads on up here, guys, for anyone who does not know. Our keywords, whenever I see the word positive, I have a smiley face. Whenever I have like phase data, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, I have this emoji. Treatment, I have a band-aid. So it basically just tells me out of emojis, you know, how good of a press release it is. And then also it does have the star words on how good it is. So it says announces positive results on phase 2 trials on treatment on cancer. I mean, guys, BDRX is a pretty good solid press release right here showing it has positive results of phase 2 trials. That's, again, absolutely incredible and absolutely awesome. So let's go ahead and break down BDRX now and see how high can this one go up towards. BDRX, this stock at this moment, did spike itself on up already 126%. Next target on this play is going to be the 200-day moving average of 206. BDRX, this is a play that obviously can spike and obviously dump. When I take a look at the past chart history pattern on BDRX, what do you guys realize? I realize that every single time it spikes, it does come crashing on down. Every single time it spikes, it does come crashing on down. And every single time it spikes, it does come crashing on down. BDRX, best opportunity to play the stock. Let's see if it can spike on up into the 190s, up near around $2. Look for some possible shorts, drop back on down. Love the press release, love the price, love the action, love the volume. Most likely, we're going to look for a spike, look for this thing to reverse back on down, grab some shorts, and make money on the downside. Very straightforward right there. You guys can also see, though, we do have some other plays here today. What other plays are gapping up? We have VLCN, which really isn't doing much. KZIA. This was a good one, guys, of yesterday. Who was here yesterday? KZIA spiked over 500% for a little bit. Stock went all the way from 20 cents and spiked all the way up to $1.10. So there was actually, again, this over on Fox Runner, where if we scroll on down, we can see the alert KZIA. Look at this, guys. The 248% spiker. It says KZIA 248% climber of yesterday. It's not done yet. All eyes are here. So this stock spiked up over 500% yesterday, came out with positive phase 3 trials yesterday. KZIA will be a top watch stock this morning with 110 as its main resistance line to break, the uptrend and its main support line. A break of 110, 130 will be the next target. A crack of the uptrend, the stock will most likely be done. This stock gained 248%, 60% gain this morning, 27 million float, $1.10 resistance, 430 million shares. So this is the current setup over on KZIA. $1.10 resistance with uptrend, 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 uptrend. Right here, switch on over. We do have something very similar. Let's just grab this. You can see that's kind of like the setup right here. Let's go over to a 10-minute time frame. So same exact setup right here. KZIA, top resistance $1.10, top resistance $1.10, bounce play, main support at 84 cents. So KZIA, definitely going to be one that you want to be watching as well, previous top gainers. Right now, team, the stocks that you want to be focusing on, stocks that you want to be watching is number 1, BDRX, to spike up towards around $2. Number 2, KZIA. Let's just see what else we have here, team, if there's anything that we really need to be looking at. Number 1, we got the S&P 500 with CPI data. Number 2, we have KZIA. Number 3, CYN. I think CYN's dumping, though, right now. Right? CYN, the stock is, CYN starting to dump at this moment. And we take a look over on this play, CYN getting a crash. What is this one? BSFC. BSFC, notice every single time it spikes, it gives a big time dump. The past can tell the future. Taking a look at the chart below, it has a very common theme. Gap up, go on a big spike, crash all the way back on down. Look for, again, the long side at the bell, but realize this is most likely going to crash back on down. So again, as you guys could see out of this picture, it's just been spike, dump, spike, dump, spike, dump. Where is BSFC? BSFC. Look at this, spike, dump, BSFC spiking, already starting to dump. So traders, let's start with the top 3 plays here. Market is going to open on up in about 1 minute. What we want to be looking for is BDRX at the start of the day, spike up to the 200-day moving average. We can look for a reversal. Number 2, we can look for KZIA to also become a short at around 110 and dump on down. And number 3 is we have the S&P 500, which is going to have, of course, its CPI data and might just get a lot of movement right at the start of the day, just because this one is going to be a pretty hot play with CPI data. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get dialed in. It's time to get ready to rock and roll. It's time to, again, get after it. Here we go. I'm trying to get everything set up here before this market opens. Market is now live right at this moment. BDRX and KZIA are kind of my top 2 right now, traders. So we got BDIX and KZIA. These are my top 2 right at the start of the day. Seeing where these are going to be heading next. Let's get a little going. Claire! Turn up the music a little bit. Let's get these people fired up a little bit. Get them jacked up on the day. BDRX, high watch right at the start. Grabbing this one. Bring this on up, level 2. All right. BDRX on watch. KZIA on watch. Guys, KZIA spiking above 110 right off the rip. Let's go over to KZIA. KZIA above 110. Again, target is 130. Let's just see any shares available that we want to really short right here. KZIA, we go ahead and we locate shares. I would, Dek, how many shares would you probably get? I would probably be looking for like 10,000 shares. 10,000 shares would be a good amount for me. KZIA costs $20. $20 at 10,000 shares. That's nothing. I think that would still be very solid. So KZIA, I probably would look for 1,000 shares at a time if this one does spike. Got up towards a high of the day of 118. Let's just look at the past chart history pattern, try to figure out exactly where this may turn at. So we're seeing a lot of resistance where 130, 128. What's this area? 135. So I like it. 128 area. I would probably look for, again, some shorts right in the 130s or right around that mark. So I would just, kind of load up a ton of different shorting plays. 127, 128, 129. I'm going to, look to scale in right around that 130 area. I think that would be the best possible play for myself. KZIA is a wild mover. Let's just remember that, guys. KZIA is a wild mover. I will definitely look to enter this play if we can spike with a cost basis right around 130. That would be the ultimate goal. So we just got up towards 124 and now starting to get a pullback. Are we going to miss this play by literally 3 cents? My first oh my goodness. My first entry that I wanted to get filled on was going to be at 127. It came on up towards a high of the day of 124. What did we just say? We took a look over on the past chart history pattern. We could see that this play has a lot of top resistance right at 130. Top resistance at 130. Top resistance at 130. Top resistance at 130. Oh, hey, Dek, let's go ahead and look for an entry right next to this red line at, again, 130. All right, let's go a little bit underneath. Let's go a little bit above. 126, 127, 129. Let's go up to 131, 132, 133. Guess what happened? Just missed it by about 3 cents. Missed this play by 3 cents. Got filled on this play. That could be a few hundred to almost $1,000 just on this drop alone. So KZIA, obviously I was looking to get filled on that one to see if that was going to be able to get a nice dump and be able to, be able to make us money. You can see all my entry orders right here. All these red lines is where I want to get filled at. Obviously they did not get filled. I was looking to be able to touch, dump back on down. We'll still keep these on watch. We'll still keep these on watch over on KZIA. BDRX, that one also getting halted on down. Guys, BDRX is halted on down as well. So BDRX starting to fade and fall. What do you guys realize out of being here on TradeCaster? What do you guys realize about watching me when I trade every single day? When I trade, when I get involved over on these plays, right? Little sign up, I'm canceling all my KZIA orders. KZIA, little heads on up, cancel your orders. If it comes back up to the high of the day, it'll most likely squeeze. So don't get in at 125 now. Don't get in at 127 now. Cancel your orders now, okay? So what do you guys realize? And I say this every single day, almost. Every single day, because I will say it and it goes in one ear and goes out the other ear. You must realize these are not good companies. We think about the stock market and we think about Tesla and Google and Amazon and we think about the best companies in the world. These are not them. The S&P 500 is made up of the top 500 companies. Those are great companies. But guess what the other 9,000 stocks are doing? Fading, crashing, not doing very well. Companies go on the stock market so they can advertise themselves and say, hey, throw money to us. Give us your money. These plays are not good. We take a look over on BDRX. Take a look at what BDRX does nearly every single time it spikes, right? BDRX Guess what happens? Spike gives it all back. Spike gives it all back. Spike gives it all back. Just had a large gap up. Guess what? It's crashing all the way back on down. What has BDRX done over the last 6 months? Fade and fall and drop and get weaker and weaker and weaker. Take a look at VLCN. Oh, Dek, I want to buy VLCN today. It's going on up. No, VLCN has been falling for the last 12 months and just getting weaker and weaker and weaker. Take a look at KZIA. Right, KZIA, this play has been falling all the way from $1.60 and went all the way back on down to the price of 18 cents yesterday, right? It's having a big social media pump on up, which is great, but the thing is, these are not good plays. The odds are always with you when you go against companies, not with companies. Hey, yes, the S&P 500 with companies, Tesla with it, NVIDIA with it, Google with it. Not stocks that are sub $50, not stocks that are, again, falling for the last 12 months, not stocks that we're hoping is going to turn into the next GameStop, right? That's not the right way to invest. You want to know how I've been able to make millions of dollars in the stock market? I realize something that most people don't realize. These are not good companies. If we go against them, we know we have a better chance of success. Dek, how did you win $600 yesterday, $1,500, $1,800? How are you so in the green? How do you make $500,000? You go against these companies, you have a better chance of winning. These are all social media pumps. Once everyone on social media makes their money and they're happy, they move on from it, right? People have such short attention spans. Why do you think every single day we wake up and we look at different plays? Because the mob, the majority of buyers, they're just trying to find that quick hit. They're just trying to find that quick money. They're just trying to find that quick profit. That's all they're doing. So the thing is, once people get their money, they're out. They don't care about the play. Guess when people care about the play? People care about KZIA right now when they're in it. When people say, oh, guys, KZIA is the best play ever. And then they sell when it's at 150 and they say, yeah, KZIA was cool. I don't care about it anymore. Right? That's the idea that we have, the shift that we have. So we want to make sure that we understand, of course, everything that's going on with these plays. Right now, traders, we want to be smart. We want to wait for these next plays here. So we're always staying good, staying good. Dek, how do you have so much energy every single day? Number one, I love what I do. You got a little thing called passion, guys. I'm going to bring a little passion through the webcam today. How does that sound? Me, you, a bottle of red wine, and a whole bunch of passion. That's what I want today. All right? On top of that, I'm absolutely blessed beyond words. No reason to ever be not bringing 100%. No reason not to be bringing the energy. Got to get after it. Got to get after it. Be normal. Yeah. You know what normal is nowadays? Normal. Walking slow. Guess what? That's again people with credit card debt, mortgages, student loans, commuting to their job. I don't want to be normal at all. That would be absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. BDRX still again fading on down. Let it keep on dropping. KZIA here. KZIA came on up towards what price? 130. We'll see if that's going to be able to hold on up and keep on spiking. Give me 2 seconds here, guys. Just got to, again, adjust one thing. I'm going to flip up the AC here for a moment. So just give me 1 moment here, traders. We'll be all set, ready to go. 1 moment, traders. I'll be right back. All right, traders. Let's get back here. We got KZIA halted towards the upside at this moment. So KZIA halted on the upside at this time. So KZIA, guys, this is why I did not short it after it started moving itself back on up. Let's just think about this here for a moment. All right, guys, I need everyone to, I want to teach you something very important here, okay? I am sitting here talking about you make more money on the short side. You make more money going against plays. That is true. But where do you make more money at? If a stock is going on up, going on up, going on up, where do we want to get filled at? We want to get filled at the areas that we believe are going to reverse. We want to get filled at the areas that we believe that the stock is going to turn back on down. So if we get a couple entries here and it falls and fades, well, guess what? That's awesome. And we can make money as the stock profits. Or we can make profit as the stock falls, excuse me. Now, let's think about this in a different manner, though. What if we did not get filled? What if we did not get filled on our entries? And we say, Dek, I just missed out on my entry. Just like I wanted to get filled before, right around 130, 127, 126. I don't want to keep my entries ever right here, betting that it's going to fall. Why don't I want to do that? Because if the stock shows that it has enough strength to move itself back on up, well then guess what? Now we're having that U-shaped breakout pattern. We have resistance right here, and what happens when we break resistance? How many people do you think are shorting this play at the highs? A lot of people. And a lot of people have stop losses right at the highs, which means, okay, I'm shorting the play, but if it breaks the high, I'm going to get out. So the moment that this stock starts squeezing itself on up, guess what happens? Shorters are getting out of this play. That leads to a short squeeze, and the stock goes up even higher. So if I again say, hey, I want to get filled at 128, 129, 130, and the stock starts dropping back on down and I miss my entry, I cancel my entries because I don't want it to come back on up now and now get squeezed as it goes up even higher. Instead, now I want to look for where's the next area that it could reverse at and try to be the person that nails the next big reversal here. So obviously, main target is all the way up here, 168. Traders, guess what happened here? Spiked on up towards around 168, 169, came all the way back on down, right? This is an area I feel like we could be very confident on. This is an area that I would like, and this is an area that everyone sees. A KZIA spiked itself on up towards around 170, got a big time dump all the way back on down. KZIA, could it break 170 today? Absolutely it could. But I think that we could still do a scalping play out of here, a scalping trade where we get filled at 170, and then we start coming crashing all the way back on down. So KZIA here, team. Let's watch this one. We could throw in some entries, you know, if it ever got all the way up towards around that 170 mark, that could be a great entry for us. A little heads on up. I'm not filled on anything at this moment. But that kind of 170 region would be, I think, you know, ideal. Try to get filled and be able to make some money. And remember, it's not like you just ever place an entry at 170. It might go up to 170, might be a little underneath 170. Might be slightly at 170, might be a little bit above 170. The idea is to have a cost basis right around 170. That's the idea. What about 150? I think 150, you know, it could easily hold. Absolutely. I just have more confidence at an old spiking high area, right? So I just have more confidence at an old spiking high area that I think, you know, we could turn and drop off at. Right now, traders, we are watching, we are waiting. We got BSFC. This is the play that spiked and dropped on down, spiked and dropped on down, spiked and dropped on down. This one has a great chance of spiking and crashing. What time is, we have KZIA opening on up? Should be opening up, I think, like any second here. So KZIA opens on up 9:41 and 9 seconds. That means we're getting unhalted at 9:46 and 9 seconds. All you got to do is add 5 minutes. So again, 9:46 and 9 seconds is the goal. Dek, are you getting filled right away? Nope. Again, this is my game plan. Just want to make sure everyone understands it. KZIA Stock that was yesterday's #1 top gainer. KZIA went from 26 cents and went all the way up towards $1.10. Insane move, insane rip, insane climb. We take a look at KZIA, and this place spiked over 500% yesterday. Now we are adding onto that 500% rip and run and all the way up towards $1.30. Now what we can do is take a look at the past chart history pattern and figure out where can we reverse that. This is the last big spiking peak up next to 170. At 170, we had a monster sell-off. Most likely, if we run up towards 170 today, that's where we want to be getting entries and try to get filled. So I'm just going to put a ton of orders around 170 and look to get some sort of pullback, right? So that's what I'm doing at this moment. Get filled, then get a reversal right around that 170 mark. That is going to be my idea. That is going to be my goal. That is going to be my focus. KZIA is live right now. We are currently sitting at 148. Let's see if we can spike on up another 25 cents. Stock is already up 115% on the day so far. So KZIA, Holt area right now is 154 if it spikes right on up. Now that could change if it slowly moves itself on up. Right now at 154, LULD is 154 still. Right now we got up towards 150. We might break this 150 mark and keep on going. Some traders are going to bank that 150 is going to hold up as main resistance. So some people are going to say, ooh, 150 is going to be the main resistance line, and it definitely could. Oh, guys, KZIA starting to turn right now. Oh, KZIA almost got halted on the downside. KZIA almost got halted on the downside there, team. That was extremely close to getting halted on the downside there. So KZIA, that one dropped down towards 128 there for a second. 128 there for a moment. And now it's right back up next to 150. So how much more does this play have left in the tank? A stock, let's just think about this, guys. This stock has gone from 18 cents to now $1.50. You guys want to think about something crazy? If you had a $180 account, if you have $180 in your account, and you bought this one yesterday and were able to hold it all the way on up, you would be having close to over $2,000 in your account now. That's kind of nuts to be thinking about. Imagine $180 now giving you over $2,000. It's kind of nuts. If you had $1,000 in your account, you could have close to $20,000 if you nailed KZIA. That's how big KZIA is at this time. Guys, KZIA still moving itself on up. Remember, we want to get filled near 170. We got up towards 157 so far. Next Holt area on this play. Holt area is 158, it says. Holt area is 158 at this time. We just came up to 158, did not get halted. Remember, we're looking for our entry. We're still sticking with our entries up near around the high 160s into the 170 region. So I'm still waiting on that, still trying to get that. Over on KZIA, looking to see where this one's going to reverse at. And guys, I'm still again sitting back. We have a game plan. We have an idea where it's going to turn. We know we take a look at past chart history pattern, and we could feel good that this is an old spiking high up into the high 170s, or excuse me, the high 160s into the 170s. High of the day so far, 158. Can we snap that, go on a quick little 10, 20 cent rip, and be able to then drop back on down? Make again $1,000 right off the top. That's what I want. I do like the action though. I do like the action. I do like the momentum. I do like the potential. I do like the volume. I mean, days like this are exciting. Whenever it's, 9:49 in the morning, we already have a 125% spike or a stock that's coming up towards high of the day after already spiking 500% yesterday. Woo! Pretty cool stuff. Right now, team, we are still watching this one. Come on. I don't want this dumping yet. We have a target here. We have a target here. All we're looking for, we're close. We want this red line. We want the red line area. Slightly underneath the red line, maybe slightly above the red line. Take a look at the past chart history pattern here, team. Look how good this red line is. Bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play. Top resistance, top resistance. Here, strong top resistance. And now, of course, we are looking all the way here towards this red line as top resistance. We just don't want too early of a sell-off. Now, remember, in stock trading, nothing is perfect. We might say 170 is the best area for a reversal, and it turned at 170 here, and you could see it turned at, the price of 165 here. And you could actually see we spiked up towards 173 here. And you can see we actually moved up to 180 here. So sometimes we go slightly above, sometimes we go slightly underneath, And right here, we are a little bit more than slightly. It's kind of like a little gap away. And that's why I was kind of wanting to surround this top area, right? Basically, what I always like to do, or the way I always like to think of my stock trading team, is I always like to trade like this. You guys ready for it? I always like to trade in this manner, where we have, let's say, our 170 top resistance. Doink, this is 170. Guess how I like to get filled over on my plays? I like to make that imaginary box. Imaginary box right here, where I say to myself, okay, how do I want to get filled? Well, if the stock is moving itself up into this play, I maybe want to get a few entries at the price of $1.65. Get a few entries right here. Put some entries at the price of $1.70. Put a few entries at the price of $1.75, right? Whatever it may be, because as the stock moves on up, if it hits $1.65 and then starts turning and falling, guess what? I'm still making money, right? I'm still making money. I'm still coming out profitable. If the stock is moving itself on up right here and we get filled at $1.65 and $1.70, well, guess what? I got filled at this area. I got filled at this area. My cost basis now is my cost basis has now averaged up. I have a better cost basis. I have more shares, and I have a lot of money to be able to make on the way back on down. Then, last but not least, if the stock ever, let's say, moved itself up even higher, where it goes here, then goes all the way to here, and then goes all the way up here, well, then guess what? I first got filled on this entry, then this entry, my cost basis got moved on up, then I got filled on my last entry, cost basis got moved up even a little higher. Now I have the most amount of shares as the stock turns and dumps. Now you might say, well, Dek, what if it broke through all those areas? Well, you gotta have a stop loss then. So main stop loss would be right at the top. So basically we get filled here. If it falls, great. If we go here and it falls, great. If it goes here and here and it falls, great. But if it goes through this, and we come up here, then yes, we have to keep things tight and say, you know what, let me get out and let me take my L. But I'm taking a very quick L. I'm keeping my losses as tight as possible so that this play, I can be able to make as much money as possible. We're looking at where's the strongest resistance, averaging in next to that strong resistance, keeping a nice tight stop loss, and allowing the stock to be able to dump back on down where we see these pivot points. All right? So that was a play. Again, what was your first entries? What were you guys looking for? My first entry that I was going to have right here was 166. So I had 166, 167, 168, 169, and 170. That's what I had starting on off over on this play. And as you guys could see, we came on up towards 158. So again, 8 cents shy. 8 cents shy of being filled. Just like before, I was 3 cents shy of being filled. This again is annoying that I keep missing out on my plays by just a little bit. Like I'm missing out on hundreds of thousands of dollars just by, again, a couple pennies. But the thing is, number one, I do have confidence that it's like, hey, Dek, you are missing it by a few pennies. Every single time that you wanted to get in, the stock has rapidly turned and dropped exactly as you wanted. Hey, that gives me confidence. That's saying, hey, my ideas are right. My game plans are right. My confidence is good. My strategies are correct. Right? Everything is really good there. Everything is really solid there. I love that. I can't be upset with, again, me being correct. But we know that sometimes the stock market's just not going to do exactly what we want. Might have gone a little bit higher. So you might say, well, Dek, why don't you just jump in a little earlier? Because the time that I jump in a little earlier, it's going to then go up towards 170. I might miss a few. But you know what? Guess what? I had the right idea. I had the right game plan. And missing a few means I lose $0. I would rather get filled at areas that I absolutely love. Areas that I feel so great about, areas that I feel super confident about. I feel fantastic about up next to 170 and say, if I get filled, I trade with confidence. And if I don't get filled, I lose $0. There's nothing wrong with losing $0. So right now, traders, we are sitting back, staying smart, doing what we do best here. Right now, I want to see what we could do, but look at this, guys. If you guys are filled right now, is there anyone at this moment that is filled? Is there anyone at this moment that is filled that is, saying, hey, Dek, I'm crushing it at this time. I'm doing great. I want to make sure you guys could see it all. I want to make sure that you guys are all set here. So KZIA, absolutely beautiful, absolutely awesome. Tesla's starting to move itself on up. Tesla, a little bit of pop. I mean, Tesla's been a beast. Tesla has been a beast. Tesla has been doing absolutely nuts so far. Tesla has been doing absolutely fantastic. Still pushing, still climbing, still ripping, still running. Dek, you know, what if KZIA works itself up, back on up? If KZIA gets back up towards the high here, team, we are looking still for that 170 region. So again, I would not look to get filled at 150. I would not look to get filled at 160. I would look to get filled like 170 plus. So if KZIA ever start going back on up, absolutely, you know, 170 plus here. Now remember, you know, KZIA, we talked about this morning, right? When we talk about KZIA, what do we have over on this play? KZIA, right? Let's read what Foxrunner had here. The 248% climber of yesterday is not done yet. All eyes here. So this was again at 8 in the morning. KZIA spiked over 500% at its high yesterday. Yesterday, small cap traders had a treat as the #1 top gainer in the entire stock market was a 20-cent stock, which spiked 500%, hitting over $1. Yesterday news, KZIA announces positive phase 2, phase 3 trials yesterday. So again, KZIA will be a top watch stock this morning with 110 as its main resistance line to break and the uptrend as the main support line to bounce. A break of 110 and 130 will be the next target. A crack of the uptrend and this stock will most likely be done. KZIA full breakdown. 248% gain yesterday with highs of 500%. 60% gain this morning in pre-market. 27 million in float. $1.10 resistance uptrend, $1.30 target. Over 430 million shares traded yesterday. A higher a stock goes, the more risk there is. Buying a penny stock up 500% in 24 hours is exposing yourself to massive risk. Be smart, have a game plan. So we do have this all set. Here's the news at the bottom. The other one, CYN, not really doing too much. BSFC, also not doing too much. And then we do have SPY here. So, great to know, of course, you know, on top, locked in, ready to go. Want to make sure that every single trader is all set. As always, guys, typing out these so everyone has it. The scanners that I use, the scanner that we just went over, Foxrunner, make sure you guys are all set right here. If you guys are saying, Dek, my brokerage does not have any shares available to short, I can't short KZIA, you have to use a different broker. Remember, guys, people always say this, oh, I can't play with you, Dek, I can't do this stock, I can't get involved in it, my broker doesn't have, you know, these shares to short. Guess what? Get a better broker, right? So again, shorting broker. Get a broker that specializes in shorting so that you guys can be able to make as much money as possible. Why, again, limit yourself only on the upside when we know most plays are going to fall and fade? So that's what you guys want to make sure that you guys are on top of. Then, of course, what else do we have here? The scanners you see on the screen right there. Trade ideas so that you guys are all good. These are the only 3 things I use. I use three things. I use trade ideas, I use Lightspeed, I use Foxrunner. That is it. 3 things and that's all you need. I don't think you honestly need anything else other than those 3 things. Dek, you canceled scans? Yep, I don't have scans whatsoever. I don't need it. So yes, I do not use them in any way. They were, again, getting way too expensive. And there's just a lot more, I think, better platforms out there. Colby, trade ideas is your charts and screens? Correct. So again, I'll just show you. This basically, this is trade ideas. Charting, high of the day momentum scanner, breakout scanner, penny stock top gainer, top loser, Holt scanner, mid candle breakout pattern. That's trade ideas. My broker, Lightspeed, level 2, this chart over here, my position box, my order entry box, my short request box. This is my broker so I can get involved over on these plays, right? Level 2, that's my broker, that's Lightspeed. And then here, where I basically show you guys the answers, This is, again, Fox Runner. So where we have news alerts and we go over, KZIA that you guys can watch, or you go to all news right here, and you guys can see all the best news every day. So you guys can say, oh, hey, what should I trade today? BDRX, 3-star press release, shows you why it's a 3-star press release, everything along those lines. You can go over here, take a look at Apple, say, okay, what's Apple doing? Trading insights, who's holding it, who's buying it. You can go over to insiders, type in, whatever stock you want, Apple, say all trades, who's, selling on the inside of Apple. Okay, these are sellers of inside of Apple. Who's buying on the inside of Apple, if there are any buyers. There are no buyers right here. You can take a look at all the Form 4 filings. So basically people that are buying and selling right now at this moment within these tickers. So there's a lot of different features over here. So these are the 3 scanners that I use at this time. Do you use multiple monitors? I use 3 monitors. So the perfect setup for me is 3 monitors. 3 monitors, which is going to be, number 1, you have the live stream, basically my scanners. Number 2, I have my broker. And then number 3, I have anything on the internet, such as like Yahoo Finance. I have CNBC, I have Tradecaster, I have, all that stuff. So basically I have, this is one full screen, then I have my broker as a full screen, and then I have the chat room as another screen. I know ANVS getting a little bit of hype here. ANVS still trying to get a little bit of movement. We're still watching KZIA for that next leg, guys. Still watching KZIA for that next leg. It does have a big upper shadow. There's a chance that KZIA is done. There's a chance that KZIA does not get back up towards 150, and we again just fade all the way back on down. Is there anyone in right now, and it's not a bad idea, is there anyone in right now with a stop loss at 140? And then basically saying, I want to see if KZIA is going to dump back down towards $1. And you say, hey, Dek, KZIA is now up over 500% or over 600% in the last 48 hours. KZIA was a stock that was 18 cents. It's now at $1.30. Is there anyone that's saying, I'm in right now on KZIA, 140 stop loss, and just seeing if this is going to fade and fall all the way back down to 90 cents by the end of the day? It's not a bad play. If you have a stop loss and you're saying I'm willing to get out if it pops back on up, you got a lot of reward and you have as much or as little risk as you set. It's a stock that's up 600%, was 18 cents, now $1.30. There's a great chance that this play could easily fade and fall. But have a stop loss, because I cannot guarantee that it's going to fade and fall right now. There could be a chance it pops back up to 150. There could be a chance that we do get a squeeze. But in time, yes, we are going to fade and fall. Nearly all penny stocks, guys, just give everything back. Take a look at BDRX. Spike on up, give it all back. Spike on up, give it all back. Spike on up, give it all back. Take a look at, let's go with another one, ISPC, right? Whenever you spike on up, give it all back. All these penny stocks are exactly the same. When you spike on up, you give back all of its gains. You spike on up, you give it all back. You spike on up, you give it all back. Yesterday was a pretty slow day for us, just a little heads on up. Yesterday was a rather slow day. We didn't get that many trades in, but still we were able to make some good money. Yesterday I finished off my day with $629. So again, very slow day yesterday, searching for stocks, all the way until about 11 a.m. Scalped a few trades, made $629 in profit after making 2 trades, $350 trade and a $278 trade. So we've been green the entire week so far. Dek, any thoughts over on LCFY? LCFY, a little bit of a pop. I don't like the low volume, but obviously I like the movement. So low volume is a little tough, but it does have movement. Room to run up towards around 560, which is the, or 575, which is the 200-day moving average. I would say definitely keep it on watch. I also will say keep this play on watch, team. This is my sleeper pick. I've stated this every single day for the past week. This is my sleeper pick, ladies and gentlemen. Top resistance, fade back down. Top resistance, fade back down. Top resistance, fade back on down. This is my sleeper pick, getting tighter and tighter and tighter. I want to see if we can snap $30 and get a big time breakout. And that's probably not going to be today, but could be tomorrow, could be Monday of next week, where we again snap $30 and we start moving over on NNE. So I cannot say this enough. Obviously, I'm not in on NNE, but this is a play that's very low on volume, but does have larger spreads, and it is a newer IPO play with an ascending triangle pattern wedge. This one could squeeze and go crazy. Tomorrow or Monday, I think we either go all the way back up to $40 or I think we dump all the way back down to like $15. I think within the next 2 days, NNE is going to be making a very dramatic move. Right now, we're still looking for that one. KZIA is getting weaker. KZIA traders starting to fade. KZIA support at the price of 125. KZIA support at 125 at this moment. Float on KZIA. If you ever need to know a float, guys, you could always look at, your different scanners, but the old-fashioned way, the way the pilgrims used to do it, is just go over to Yahoo Finance, click statistics, and scroll on down. And it says float. Right here, it says 234 million over on KZIA, which I do not think is true. Because, we do have over here, let's kind of look at different scanners. KZIA, 27 million in float over on Trade Ideas. And then what does Fox Runner have KZIA at? KZIA, oh, it doesn't have any sort of news here today. KZIA. KZIA recommendations. Strong buy. There's actually a lot of institutional holders in KZIA. We have this firm, Morgan Stanley. Morgan Stanley's in KZIA. Sometimes, again, you see sometimes you say, all right, hey, we have a little tiny penny stock that's 13 cents. And then it's like, oh, this is a garbage play, which it is. But why is Morgan Stanley? Why do they have 56,000? Why do they have 201,000 shares? Right? I want to see. Where's the float here? Float. I don't know if they have float here. Float. No, I don't think I see float. Mid-size surprise. It says, Dek, just want to say you're right about options trading. I started trading shares in the last month after I blew up my account. I've been very disciplined. I'm up over $1,000 the last month just by trading shares. I love that. Hey, that is absolutely awesome. That's absolutely great to see. Now remember, I want you guys to realize that there are multiple ways to trade in the stock market. Do I do option trades every now and then? 100%. But the thing is, I don't like to hold option trades very long. You guys have heard me kind of go on this speech here before. Why do I like doing shares? Let's just compare this here, okay? Just compare it for every single person. Options are a loser game. I'm sorry, I just said it. I will do options every now and then, but I take profits the moment I have them. Sure, jumping on SPX, jumping on NVIDIA, jumping on SMCI, super microcomputer, and make a quick profit. But the longer you hold these option trades, the better chance you have of losing. Let's think about this. If I want to get involved in KZIA and I want to buy KZIA, I can go ahead, buy shares, buy 1,000 shares for $1,333. And I can hold them as long as I want. As KZIA goes on this monster spike, I make money every single time it moves on up. Every penny is going to be $10. Every time it moves up $1, I make $1,000. I can hold it. I have no issues. I have no problem. And if the stock goes against me, I get out. Right? That's why I love trading shares. That's why I love shorting. But what's the problem with options? When I get involved in options, I have to say to myself, what do I need to think about before I jump in on a play? Well, I got to think about number one, what is going to be a hot play? So I got to think about the stock. I got to think about what is going to be the hot ticker, just like we have to do with shares. Then we have to think about number two, which is it going to go up or is it going to go down? So I have to pick the right stock and I have to pick the right direction, just like we have to do with shares. So we have direction. But now things start getting a little bit crazy. Well, I also need to be thinking about time decay. the longer I hold on to this play, the less value that this option is going to have. So not only do I have to pick the right stock in the right direction, but I have to do it quickly. I have to pick the right stock in the right direction. It has to happen in a very quick manner. Then on top of that, I have to think about an expiration date. I have to pick the right stock, the right direction. It has to do it in a quick amount of time before my expiration date happens. And if it does not happen before the expiration date, well, now my contracts are useless. They're worth nothing. I lose all my money. And not only that, I also have to pick the strike price, which means I not only have to pick the right stock, the right direction, it has to move within a certain period of time before it hits the expiration date, but I actually have to pick what price it's going to get up to. Okay, wow. Then on top of that, I have to be able to think about all the other Greeks. Then on top of that, I have to think about implied volatility. Then on top of that, it just keeps going. You have so much against you. Let's imagine it in a different manner, okay? Let's imagine it's you versus someone else, and you guys are playing a one-on-one basketball match. And you guys saying, hey, you want to play a basketball game? Hey, let's do a winner. Winner gets $100. You in? Yeah, I'm in. Okay, cool. But I want you to be able to, you can't play with your right hand because you're really good with your right hand, so you can't play with your right hand. And also, you have to do it blindfolded. Okay, so also you have to do it blindfolded. And also, we're going to tape your legs together. So your legs, you're only going to be able to hop around. Okay, so we're playing for $100, but now I'm blindfolded. I can't use my right hand and my legs are taped. That's basically the same exact thing when I'm trading options. Okay, let's go ahead and play, a stock. We got to find the right stock and find the right direction. Awesome. Well, on top of that, you also have to do it in a very quick manner. You have to pick the time that it's going to happen. You got to pick how high it's going to go. You got to be able to do it before the Greeks and before implied volatility takes over. So that's why when I trade options, I'm in and I'm out. I take my gains when I have them. Because there are great option opportunities. But the thing is, you got to be in and out. T. Grady, I got you. If you're saying, hey, Dek, how do I find the float? Yahoo Finance, summary, news, research, chart, community, statistics. Click statistics. Scroll on down. Right-hand side. Share statistics. Float, 2.7 billion. Right here. Float, 2.7 billion. Also, a little side note. If I ever say anything that you just, can't keep up with, again, everything is live. You can just rewind the live stream. So again, you can always grab things, rewind the live stream, and then you're all set, ready to go. Rewind the live stream. You can just rewatch it as many times as you need to. Right now, KZIA, we're still watching this one. SPY, a little bit of a dip. SPY, a little bit of a drop. What was the high on the SPY so far? SPY, 562.33. Anyone thinking the SPY might get a dump underneath 561? Start going on down towards 559 today? Is anyone saying, oh, Dek, having an entry above 560 is going to be insane. Having an entry above the 560 mark is going to be the best entry possible. For float, anything that is under 10 million is a very hot stock. Can go on a lot of big movement. Anything between 10 million to 30 million is going to be a stock that could have like solid movement, right? So if you do not know about float, just a very easy breakdown. Let's just kind of break it down very quickly. 5 million and under. So you have 5 million and under. These are going to be the most insane plays with rapid movement, rapid craziness. If you, again, have anything, I would say between 10 to 20 million, it definitely could go on very nice moves, but it's just going to be a little bit slower. It's going to be, I'm going to say fast, but not super fast, right? It'll be fast, going more towards like the average side. Then again, anything that has a float from 20 million up towards 50 million is usually going to be slow and steady. You usually don't get any sort of big time breakouts. It's going to be more slow and steady. And then on top of that, anything 50 million plus is usually going to not even be worth my time for penny stock trading. So again, I don't even trade. So it's just too slow. So basically you got 5 million and under, craziness. 10 to 20 million, pretty fast, pretty good. 20 million to 50 million, slow and steady. 50 million plus on float, don't even get involved into it. Remember, guys, these are all lessons every single person should be on top of. All right. Again, I always want you guys to realize, head on over to the video library over on Tradecaster. Click again, 2023 Bootcamp. Start watching these lessons on everything from, again, level 2 to float and volume, to support and resistance, to indicators, to candlesticks, to psychology, to time frames, to trend lines, to options, to shorting, to strategies, all this stuff. So I know a lot of you guys watch these lessons, but I know one thing, again, and it hurts me because I don't ever want to do it, but it does hurt me, and it's just like a psychological thing, and I get it. I make this video library over on Tradecaster free to all you members, everyone. But I know some people don't watch it because it's free, no big deal. But if we had a price tag on this that said video library, $400, then guess what? The people that pay would watch every single video. Because now you're like, hey, I paid $400 for this. I'm going to watch every single video possible. I'm going to watch every single, lesson in here. But because I give it all for free, people say, I don't really want to watch it. Oh, it must not be that valuable. Guys, I could book this thing on up right here and sell this for $5,000. This is what other people on the internet sell for tons of money. I don't want to do that. I don't want to, be a person that's, trying to sell courses to you guys and stuff. I don't want to do that. I want to give you guys things for free. When I first started stock trading, all I wanted was a guy or a mentor or someone to just show me the right way to trade. So that's what I wanted to do. I didn't want to get sold a course. I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to know the right way to trade. So that's why I said, hey, you know what? Let me try to make all these videos free for members. Everyone who's part of Tradecaster, you guys can watch all of this. You guys don't need to pay $5,000. Right? But I want you guys to take advantage of it. I want you guys to learn from it. All right? That's what's so crucial. That's what's so big. So make sure you guys are, again, watching this and learning from it. I don't want to be, have access for $500, and then you're like, okay, well, now I'm going to watch it. So again, thank you so much. Right now, SPY is starting to get a little bit of that drop. SPY is getting a little bit of that weakness. SPY is starting to fade back on down. SPY is starting to drop and get a little bit uglier. Yeah, make sure if you guys are watching over on YouTube, you guys are subscribing, hitting that thumbs on up. Thank you so much for all the support that you guys bring and show every single day of the week. It's been an absolute beautiful week. Some beautiful people, some beautiful traders. Traders, little heads on up for you guys at this moment. The Utah Mastermind, as you guys know, does go live tonight. So the Utah Mastermind does go live tonight. Which means if you guys are interested, coming on out, hanging on out in the Trader Mansion, coming on out, playing some golf, coming on out, getting live trading sessions with me, coming on out, we're going to have a boat day, head on down to the lake, go to the boat, we're going to be going out to dinner, we have a personal chef, we have a private transportation, we have everything together. Make sure that you guys are all set, ready to go. It's going to be a huge time, it's going to be a great time, I'm fired on up. Email me, guys. Email me at dekmartrades@gmail.com if you guys want a seat. If you guys want a spot, we're getting pretty tight. We're getting pretty crammed up here. So we're actually getting to a point, guys, that we might have to, again, give some discounts away because we have so many people coming that we might have to, rent out a couple hotel rooms that are, pretty close by. That's basically, it's packed house. We're packed on up right now, traders. Every single person is trying to get in. Every single person is trying to get out here. Every single person wants to get involved in here. I don't want to, again, reach your expectations. I want to exceed your expectations. SPY starting to get weak. Deck, how low can the SPY go today? SPY could just be a big drop in day today, team. SPY starting to fade. Let's see what else we have. LCFY. Guys, LCFY, very interesting stock. Very light on volume. Got halted. LCFY, I'm thinking probably that 875 region would be a great area for some possible shorts. Yeah, probably up towards around $9. Possible area for shorts over on LCFY. KZIA, we will get involved on KZIA if it ever starts breaking a new high of the day. Starts going up to $1.70 plus, we will look to get back involved into it. So right now we got KZIA, potential high watch and alert, LCFY, potential high watch and alert, and I do like how the S&P 500 is a pretty hot play right now. The S&P 500 is dumping. So right now, want to make sure that you guys are all good. LCFY, when is this one going to be getting unholted? Head on over here, www.nasdaqtrader.com/traderholtz. LCFY got halted at 10:17 and 57 seconds. That means we will be unhalted at 10:23 and 57 seconds. LCFY, this play, if it ever started going above, 850, I would definitely look for shorts. Above 850 over on LCFY, I would definitely look for some shorting opportunities. So LCFY, that one starts going above 850 or so. Absolutely. Be ready to go ahead and hammer down some possible shares to short over there. See if this stock could be able to make you some nice money. And I mean, it could just be very quick. Could be very fast. So I mean, just put in some, just be ready over on this play at around that 850 mark if we ever got up there. NASDAQ trader, LCFY 10:17, 57 seconds. Okay, so we should be getting unhalted here at 10:22 and 57 seconds. 10:22 and 57 seconds. SPY also being a very solid play for a quick options. Options here and there. Guys, the S&P 500 is dumping at this moment. S&P 500, big red day at this time. I do think it will get a little bounce play and keep going lower. Right now, the SPY has now fallen from 562 down towards around 559 after the CPI data. Things are getting very weak at this moment, and there's still more room to fall over on the SPY. Momentum is all heading down at this time. Little side note, what we have right here is LCFY. If you guys are interested, LCFY right now, going all the way up to 681. Top target is going to be up near around $9. Right around $9 is where I think we can turn at. 850 plus is where you guys want to get filled over on the stock. I have not located shares. If I see the stock start going above 790 or so, I will start looking to locate shares on this play. Stock is going to be getting unhalted in 10 seconds. So LCFY, watching this one closely, should be opening up right now. Guys, LCFY, $7 got up to. $7, let's see if it starts breaking that. Remember, we want to see like $8 plus, and that's where we want to start getting involved in shorts. If we start, going to $8 plus area. We're at 745. Almost there. Still, again, it's still climbing. Again, we have room to go all the way up towards around $9. $9 is the goal over on this play. Next halt area is 833. So you might actually wait for us to get halted one more time and then go ahead and look for a possible short. Halt area actually got moved up towards 866 now. So I'm going to look for possible shares to short on this play. Up towards around $9. Up towards around $9. I'm going to look for shares to short. First entry just got filled. First entry just got filled at 850. First small entry just got filled at 850, guys. I am in on my first trade of the day. First trade of the day, in on right now at this moment. If we dump and fall from here, fine. But I am looking all the way up towards around $9 for my next possible entries. Not filled yet on my next entries. Not filled, almost. Just got filled again, 1,000 shares. 1,000 shares filled. 1,000 shares filled on this trade. Looking for a reversal rather soon. LCFY just got a big time spike. We are going on this huge rip right here, looking for a pullback back down to sub $8. I do have 1,000 shares at this moment, looking for a pullback and drop at this area of $9 for a reversal back on down towards sub $8 and try to make $1,000 plus. Just got filled another 500 shares. Just got filled my last little bit here. So I'm in on 2,000 shares at this moment. Cost basis is $8.95. I'm in on this play right now, traders, looking for a drop back on down. I have a market order all set, ready to get out if this thing ever kept on going, but I am looking for a first red candle and reversal. Dek, how high would you hold this play on up towards? I don't want to hold this and just keep on going up higher and higher and higher. I know $10 is going to be another strong area of resistance, but seeing the stock up almost 300%, I am just getting ready for that pullback. Again, I'm in at $8.95. $8.95. I'm only down right now about 5 cents. Dump on down. Guys, let's go. Let's go. $900. Come on now. Come on. Crack $8. Come on down to $7.90s. $7.90s. Let's go. Currently up $1,600. Lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up. Bang. Bang. $1,800. Bang. Get the fuck off me. Get off me. Get off me. All right. All right. Not bad. Not bad. $1,800 on the day. $1,800. $1,800, baby. Nice work. Nice job. $1,800 just like that. And I'm good. I'm good, guys. All right. Nice job, guys. Nice work. Nice profit right there. And seeing again, LCFY turn in reverse at the areas that we like. Oh, so traders, let's kind of go over this a little bit. Let's go over what we have. How did I just make this money? How did I just make this profit? How did I just make this gain here? How is that possible? Well, all I did over on this stock was I saw that LCFY has gone from $2 to $3 to $4 to $6 to $8. And I'm saying, man, this stock is right now currently up almost 300%. Where are we going to reverse at? Well, let me look at the past chart history pattern. I know that usually right around 875, we have some trouble. But let's see if the past is screaming out to anything at this moment. We know that there's two major resistance lines. If you don't know this, I'll let you know right now. Usually 875 is always going to be holding up as strong resistance. And usually $10 is always a very strong resistance line. These areas are where we usually see very strong turns on these plays. Notice at $10 natural resistance, here's an old spiking high, we drop back on down. Here's an old spiking high, we drop back on down. Notice at 875, old spiking high, drop back on down. Old spiking high, drop back on down. So we have $10, we fade and fall. $10, we fade and fall. 875, fade and fall. 875, fade and fall. Guess where I got filled on? Take a look at my entries. I got filled at 850. Maybe it's going to be just shy of 875. But if we go above 875, let's get filled at 890, $9, and as close as we can to $10 at 940. That put me at a cost basis of 895, 896. Then we dropped on down to 806, 805, $70.99, $8 with again a 2,000 shares. Every dollar that drops, I make $2,000. We were in at 895, came on down, we got at $7.99, $8, 805, just shy of 2,000 shares, just $2,000 just like that. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So great job here, traders. Great work here, everyone. So again, great job, great work. Shout out to you guys, everyone again, crushing that play. Can I ask, did anyone else short this stock with me? Anyone else short this stock with me? Nice work. Oh, man. I love that. I love that. Coach Moot said Deck made $780 with you. Let's go ahead. I want to take a look over on this, guys. Cousin Greg says, Deck, I just rewatched that. Both awesome and hilarious. Coach Moot just made $780. Fuller just made $1,064. Shout out to you. T-Mitch did, but hey, only 300 shares. Hey, money's money. So again, profit's profit. J-Boss just made $280 on that trade with me. That is awesome. So man, I want all you guys banking. I want all you guys getting money. If you guys, again, I will ask this. If you guys just banked, if you guys enjoyed that trade, if you guys are finding value here, hey, I would love to, again, throw me over on your Instagram story, throw me over on your Twitter, throw me over on your Facebook, give me a tag. I would love to retweet you. If you're, again, rocking and rolling and learning, want to take a picture right here, it's fine. Let me just get ready real quick. Hold on. Let me just get ready. Ready? So, yeah, enjoying the day with Sean Dekmar, enjoying the day on Tradecaster, enjoying the day making money, enjoying the day being able to learn how to trade stocks. Ready? There you go. L. Scott, Deck, can you do one more pose? I need it for my Tinder profile. I'll tell you right now. I'll give you a little warning. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that, guys. One time, I went on Tinder one time when I was single back in the day. Oh, my phone was vibrating constantly. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, can you take me out? Hey, this, that. Oh, hey, I love you. Hey, you're so good looking. Hey, can we hang out? Hey, oh, it was the worst. Guys, don't again make me your profile picture. Your phone will blow up constantly. The amount of dates you'll go on. Yeah, it just don't do it. Troubling. Right now, LCFY. Still watching this play. Still keeping our eyes on this one. Deck, would you re-enter? I'll be honest, I'm a little bit scared to re-enter. Why would I be nervous to re-enter shorts here? Why would I be nervous to re-enter on the short side? You guys know this. Bull flag. There's a chance that this thing's about to squeeze. There's a chance that this thing is about to squeeze. There is a chance that this thing is about to take on off. There is a chance that this one might go on a pop and rip and run towards the upside. So we do have that bull flag pattern set up right now. And as you guys, realize, like, what are you guys realizing? What are you guys seeing right here, right? It just comes on down to the pure fact, right, about these plays is when you're a stock trader, people think, okay, let's just think about this here for a moment. When you are a stock trader, people always think the more you trade, the more money you make. That's not true. How many people here have over 5 trades today and don't have $1,800 in their account? How many people here have 5+ trades today are in the red? The amount you trade is not equivalent to how much money you're going to make. I would rather be a stock sniper. I would rather be sitting up in the hills, sitting back, relaxing, looking through my scope, and just getting that one great shot. Getting that one great easy target right there. That's what I want. I don't want to be running around, bop, 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 bop. I don't want to be doing that. What I'd rather be doing is getting myself involved in one solid play that I know I'm going to be getting myself money on. That's it. Trade with confidence. Trade with, again, a good opportunity. Chase, I love it. I love it, guys. I love it. Hermes, I love it. Right now, team, we are all set. All good. I want to see what we have coming on up. 10:30 in the market. I did hit my daily goal. Obviously, I'm not going to say I'm done, but I am happy with, again, an $1,800 gain on the day. Keep myself going. Let's play the calculator game, guys. Calculator game. We make $1,800. $1,839. Times that by 251 days in the stock market. We again say, how much would this be? $461,000. This right here is why we are on pace to be able to get back up to my record year. From what I'm doing right now, my record year is $552,000. So we are slightly under pace. We are slightly under pace of $552,000. But let's say worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, I finish off my year $400,000 plus. Being a 30-year-old guy. I don't know if I could say 30-year-old kid anymore, but I would say a 30-year-old man, right? Making $400,000 plus a year. I would take that the rest of my life. So yes, I want to break my record. I want to go for, again, $552,000 plus. I want to be able to break that record if I can. But at the same time, if I'm making over $400,000 on the year, 30 years old, it's a pretty good salary. It's a pretty good salary. Right now, team, we are still watching LCFY, looking for this next possible move here. Guys, LCFY is getting weaker. If you guys are interested in a short, you definitely can. You just cannot go above 875. If you go above 875, that's where you're going to have some trouble. So right now, LCFY team, LCFY, we are watching. We're still keeping our eyes peeled on this one. And as you guys know, again, you know, I am never going to be a person that is going to not show my P&L, not do it live, right? I don't want to be like everyone else. Everyone else is they're not even on camera. Everyone else is they're not even showing their faces. Everyone else isn't showing their P&Ls. Everyone else, you just see this. Everyone else is, all right, guys, I just shorted LCFY. All right, guys, I just got out $2 million. All right, guys, hey, little heads on up. Did I forget to tell you? Oh, I forgot to tell you, didn't I? Dang it. I forgot to tell you. I also, again, did a put contract on the S&P 500. I'm currently up again $200,000 on the day. Oh, KZIA? Oh, guys, KZIA, yeah, I actually made $400,000 this morning. No, you want to see my P&L? No, I feel uncomfortable. You'll learn my strategy that way. Sorry. Oh, you want to see me do it live? No, I can't do it. I can't. Sorry. Hey, you want to make sure I'm not paper trading? Oh, no, sorry, I can't. It's not what we're doing here, baby. Do it live. Show it live. Show your face. Take your clothes off. Do it naked. Maybe that's what we'll do in the future. We always like to have events. Maybe in August, guys, we have every winning trade, we take an article of clothing off. You guys can participate in home. Or, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Just an idea. Right now, LCFY still getting that turn and drop here. LCFY still turning and dropping at this time. That play still has that potential to still get that squeeze. Right now, if I were you, stop loss at 8:30 if you're in on a short right now. If you're on a short, I'd probably put a stop loss around 830, 835. I'm not in though. I'm not going to take any sort of unnecessary risk over on LCFY, as it definitely still could get that next leg. Definitely still could get that next leg over on LCFY. What's SPY doing here? SPY traders, we could start seeing that reversal soon. Guys, you guys want to, everyone do this right now. Everyone do this. SPY, make it a big chart. Right click, time frame, 30-minute time frame. Connect the dots. Let's extend them all the way on out. Next dip buy, next bounce play, 559.10. 559.10ish is the next dip buy over on the S&P 500. Grab this, extend it, circles. Let's just draw our circles here. We do have dip buy, dip buy, dip buy, dip buy, dip buy. Next area of the potential bounce. That's what I would be looking at if I were you over on the S&P 500 to get a good idea of what's coming on up here next. So the S&P 500 deck, would you look for a dip buy? Hey guys, I'll look for a possible, quick little dip. You guys want to look for a quick little dip together? Let me post this over here over on the S&P 500 though. Hold on, I gotta post this. SPY, what we have is 559. Next dip buy for a quick scalp. Trying to get this out quick to you guys. All right, so let's see here. SPY, let's go back to a 1-minute time frame. SPY, deck, what would the order look like? Probably do point SPX. Point SPX here. Actually, give me a second. Just do it here. SPY, awesome, SPX. Okay, so I would do SPX. I would do July 11th, today's date. I would be looking for a call contract. SPX is at 5,612. We go on down towards 5,605. We would be looking for 2 contracts to start off with, and then look for a market order on a dip buy. So this would be the contract that I'd be looking for if, again, the S&P 500 falls on down towards around that 559.10 mark for basically a quick little dip buy. Oh, we almost got there for a second. We came on down towards a 559.19. Ugh. Just came on down here. Came on down to 559.16. So we came on down to 559.16. Can we go a little bit lower here? Is obviously the goal. See if this one can get a little bit of a crack and fade. We still want to see the SPY. If you're in at 559.15 or 16, if you got the low of the day, that's absolutely fine. This is just something I would take quick profits on. It's just something that, if you're in, take some quick profits, take some quick gains. I would still like to see a little bit of a drop on down and then be able to get a nice little profit. So can we keep on going lower? See a little bit of a drop, see a little bit of a low. See the SPX, fade on down. I want to see a little crack on down towards like that 559 mark. Crack on down towards 559, hit a new low, and then let's get a bounce play back on up. So I think we're going to get a nice crack and then get a little dip buy back on up. Just doing 2 contracts in case it doesn't work out for some reason. 559.12. 559.12 so far. Is that the low? I think we're right next to the low area regardless. Like, I think we're right next to the low. I think we have a great opportunity to be able to get a bounce here pretty soon. It just kind of comes on down to figuring out exactly where that low is going to be on the SPY. Because remember, all we're doing is looking at that 30-minute time frame. We're going at that 30-minute time frame and taking a look at the chart. We are sitting right at the chart right now. Like, that is the dip buy area. Dip buy, right? That's what we're looking at. So all we're doing right now is taking a look at the SPY. Bounce play, bounce play, bounce play. We are right at that bounce play area right now as we speak. So if we go back to that 1 minute time frame, we take a look at the S&P 500, 559.05, 2 contracts. Traders, I'm going to do 2 contracts here for a dip buy back on up. I'm going to take profits at $400 most likely. 2 contracts I'm in on right now, seeing if we're going to bounce back on up. Just 2 contracts, it only cost me $2,980. Back above 559.50, we could be able to make a nice quick profit. So I put in $2,980. If we can break 559.50, get a little bit of a rally on up, I'm going to take profits, $300 plus, and just take a little bit of gains. There's again we're at $260, $260, $260, $280. Come on, let's keep going. Let's keep bouncing on up. We're at $240 right here. $245. Can we break that $250 mark and get a little extension? That's what I want. So I was just seeing if I could add a little bit of profits. I know I'm slightly late to the game here, but if we can break on up to that 559.50 mark, that would just, put us, up in a nice little gain. It's only 2 contracts because I know I got in slightly late, but I would like to see that 559.50 break and see if this play can be able to move itself on up here. So 559.50, basically we know we just got that dip buy. If you got in at 559.10, 559.15, 559.20 even, you're at an amazing entry. You're probably already up 300, 400, 500 bucks. I got in a little bit later, so I'm only up $100 at this moment. We are looking for that break of 559.50, take $350 plus is my goal. We know 559.50 is resistance though. That's the issue. So watch the level 2. Be ready to sell. And again, I'm just taking small gains when I got them. There's another touch of 559.50 that we have not been able to break through. Guys, we just got another touch of 559.50 we did not be able to break through. I'm a little bit nervous we're going to have a little bit of a pullback here soon if we can't get above 559.50. Little heads up for you guys. I'm only in on 2 contracts, so I am keeping it very small. There's a little bit of that pullback. As we talked about, we hit 559.50 a bit. And this is kind of what I'm talking about, as we do have a little bit of trouble. My cost basis is right around 559.25. That's my cost basis. Little heads up for you guys. 559.25 for anyone that's interested or anyone that's saying, oh, Dek, where are you in at? When the SPY's at 559.25, that's my entry. I want to see that 559.50 break, though. Guys, another touch here. Come on, squeeze on up. Let's get a quick little $400, push ourselves up over $2,000 on the day. So that's all I want. Get myself up over $2,000 on the day. We have a nice little dip buy and bounce play. Remember, all we're looking for is that 30-minute time frame. 30-minute time frame, we're saying, hey, you know what? We bounced here. Dek, let's go ahead and let's get a bounce play off this bottom area. So that's all we're doing. Bounce, Dek, let's get a bounce play off that black line. And that's exactly, where we've gotten a bounce so far. So far, we have been pretty spot on. So far, we have gotten that nice little dip buy right at that bottom area, and now we're looking to shoot back on up above 559.50 to go up, 559.75 or so. The only issue that we will occur is if we don't break soon, we got to worry about time decay. If we don't break out soon, we're going to have implied volatility and gamma and delta and strike and all that garbage. So the thing is, I want to break through 559.50 within like the next 2 minutes. Just little heads on up, or I will get out. So let's make sure we can break it. Still having trouble. Got to do it within the next 2 minutes or so. If we hit it again and don't break out, I will get out. Right now, back to even, essentially. All right, guys, I'm giving this play like 30 more seconds to break out, or I'm just going to break even and then wait for a better entry. Just a little heads up for you guys. They're starting to turn a little bit back on down. I want one more test. All right, here comes the test. If we break it, keep holding. If not, get out. Here comes the test right here. 559.50. Go. Spike. Spike, 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 spike. It's not doing it, guys. I'm just breaking even. Notice we tested it again, and we have not gotten above 559.50. I'm going to take a $20 loss there. So very small $20 loss. I still think the main trend line is going to hold, but I want to see 559.50. If a play is not doing exactly what I want, I'll take a small loss and just start fresh. So, Deck, what does that mean, start fresh? Means if it drops back down to 559, if it drops back on down to 558.75, then I'll just re-enter and I have brand new time decay, right? It's like, you know, I can start fresh. So if I just want to say, hey, you know what? This play isn't doing exactly what I want. Let me, again, just look for a better entry here. So the idea is there. The play is there. The game plan is correct. We have, again, you know, the 30-minute time frame. So we do have, again, you know, there's the SPY, there's the 30-minute time frame. It's going to be slower, right? So notice we have that bounce, 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 and it is trying to get that bounce right here. It's trying to get that bounce opportunity right here. It's trying to get that opportunity spike back on up. But I know 559.50 is strong resistance. So the thing is, we tested 559 1, 2, 3, 4 times. We didn't break it. So guess what I said? Hey guys, we're not breaking 559.50. We're going to get another little rejection. So I'm just sitting back at this time and staying smart. If it's not doing exactly what I want, I'm going to be smart and wait for a better entry. That's all it comes on down to. I think we're going to get one little dump. I'm going to enter, guys. I'm going to enter if the SPY falls back on down towards 558.75. 558.75, I'm going to look for another quick entry. Guys, we are starting to move back on up towards, again, that 559.50 mark. If we snap it, we might get a little rally up towards around that 559, or it's looking like it wants to go. Looking like it wants to go here, traders. We might get our first, you know, nice solid green candle here. Ugh! If you guys are in on this one still, you're getting a little bit of that rally. Now, some of you guys may say, hey, Deck, I'm in on this. I'm in on it, but my profit isn't going on up. That's the issue with time decay. The longer you hold on to an options trade, the faster it's going to deplete itself, the less value it's going to have. So again, I'm not in on this, but for anyone who did not get a trade yet, I'm happy if you guys got involved on this one, just so you guys could say, hey, you know what, got some green on the day. So if you guys, again, are up $200, $300, $400 over on this play, congratulations. I'm happy you guys got it. And it just comes on down to the pure fact that we do have that 30-minute time frame over the last 2 days. So you guys do have, again, bounce. You guys do have that bounce. You guys do have that bounce. And look at this, guys, right off that line right here, bouncing 559 right on back on up. So again, if you guys just got that one and got yourself into the green, great job, great work. Nice to see, you know, a big solid green candle come off that bounce play. So it just comes on down to, you know, being prepared, being ready, and realizing where these plays can easily take us. Right now, a little bit of a pullback. Let's see, is there any penny stock still available? Guys, LCFY. LCFY still starting to feed on down here slightly over on LCFY. KZIA, not too much on KZIA. VLCN, nope, not too much over there. BDRX, not too much there. So a little heads on up. KZIA, fading and falling. If anyone is still holding shorts, you guys are probably going to be good all the way down towards $1. VLCN, this play, fading and falling. BDRX, this play, fading and falling. Take a look at BDRX, guys. Every single time it spikes, it gives back all of its gains. Every single time. BSFC, look at this play. Every single time it spikes, it gives back all of its gains. So BSFC, fading and falling. So the only play that's still available is LCFY if it breaks this downtrend. That's it. Anything else is the S&P 500 on a bounce play. S&P 500 off the bounce play off that 7-day or 8-day uptrend. Okay? So I want to make sure that you guys are on top of that. I want to make sure that you guys are aware of that. I want to make sure every single trader is ready to go. So the S&P 500 still, again, watching over on this one. Guys, SPY still getting a little bit weaker. Still back underneath that 559.50. I don't know if I'm going to put myself in anything right now, team. I know nearly all the penny stocks are starting to finish off their morning. All the penny stocks are starting to finish off their morning. All the penny stocks are going to start getting weaker. LCFY, we'll see if it can hold that uptrend. S&P 500, we'll see if it's going to be able to still keep on bouncing right around that 559 mark. But I really don't want to throw away an $1,800 profit. All it comes on down to is nailing that one great trade and then saying to myself, hey, you know what? Dek, great trade. Don't get greedy. So at this moment, team, I do want to open up the floor. Do you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns? So right now, team, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. I am here for you, and I cannot wait to help you guys on out with anything that you guys need whatsoever at all. So again, feel free to ask away. I'm here for you. Please ask any questions that you guys may have so I can help you on out, become a better trader. Give me 1 second, though, guys. All right, traders, let's see here. Let's get ourselves back over towards it, answering your questions so that you guys are all set, ready to rock. Team, also S&P 500 getting a little bit of that dip. As I said, I'm not going to put myself in any position that's just not worth getting myself involved in. It's just not worth getting myself involved in, putting myself in any sort of position that is just not going to 100% produce profit. Also over on YouTube, I just dropped a link for you guys to get a free 7-day pass to come on over to tradecaster.com. Join us every single day. I'm live just like this every single day, plus everyone else that's live streaming over on Tradecaster. They're absolutely fantastic, absolutely amazing. What a community, what a site we have here. It is just so great. A little heads on up, the SPY team still getting weak. Dek, would you ever look for a dip buy on the SPY? SPY right here, traders, very, very weak. Dek, where's the next dip buy? Probably 557.90. 557.90. I'll look for another quick dip. 5,595. I'll go 5,595. 2 contracts. Market order at the price of 557.90. 557.90. I'll look for, again, a quick little dip buy if the SPY does keep on falling. So if the SPY does get a little bit of a fade here, if the SPY does keep on fading, if we do get a little bit of a drop, I will again keep my eyes peeled on this for a little bit of a bounce play. So I'm watching S&P 500, already getting a small little bounce. I will pull the trigger on an SPX contract with this contract if we see 557.90. If we start bouncing back on up, that's fine. I'm already up $1,800 on the day. No reason for me to force, no reason to put myself in any sort of bad trade. But if the SPY wants to drop another 70 cents, continue on with this downtrend, I will look for a small little dip buy. If you want to do a put contract, that is the correct side of momentum at this time. You are, again, going with the momentum. You're going with the sell-off. You're going with the dropping. So, again, you do have the odds in your favor with that. But I'm just going to look for quick profit opportunities. Get in, get out, take gains when you got them. Probably do 4 to 6 contracts if it comes on down to 557.90. Bounce back on up towards around 558.40. Take, again, another $400, $500 here. Let's see. We're getting lower. Low of the day, 558.40. Let's see if we crack on down underneath that. Drop another 50 cents is what we want. Another 50 cents. Let it keep on going. And remember, if we're wrong, you get out. You don't have an ego. If you're wrong, you move on. If you're wrong, you say, hey, you know what? It's time for me to go find a better play, or it's time for me to step back. So for me, I always say, I'm up $1,800. Deck, make sure you leave this day with at least $1,500. Leave this day with at least $1,600. Hey, if you can make more, make more. But don't have an ego. Don't get greedy. Realize how much money you're up. And if you were not up $1,800 and someone said, give you $1,800, how awesome would that be? How exciting would that be? So be willing to take profits. Be willing to walk away. Be willing to not be greedy. Be willing to be satisfied. Be willing to be content. Right now, the S&P 500, 558.35. Another new low of the day. Still dropping. Guys, still getting lower. Only about 20 cents away here. Let's see if the S&P 500 can keep fading. Got up down towards 558.24. 558.24 so far. Ooh, that might be it. That might be it. Got a little lower shadow. We will see. I would like to see another just 30-cent crack underneath that. That could be a little bit of a dip buy, a little bit of a bottom. Jay Weiss, when trading in a retirement account, opportunities find a long in the early morning or trade the SPX calls and puts. I mean, trading in a retirement account, I'm not sure. I'm not sure like what the obligations or, what you can or cannot do in a retirement account. As in, if you're saying I can only do options, again, the right way is, if you, again, have a retirement account, the best thing to do is say, hey, put your money in the S&P 500, let it sit there, hold it, and let it grow over time. I have a retirement account. I don't touch it. It's going to be over time. The S&P 500 is always going to move on up. If you're asking, should I go long or do puts every morning on the retirement account? If you just want to trade the S&P 500 every single day, if you want to actively day trade it, it is do calls, right? Do calls as look how often we go up. The S&P 500 is the top 500 companies in the United States. It's an all-star team. So yes, nearly every single day we do move ourselves on up. But if you're saying, every single day I'm just going to wake up and click buy, well, the thing is, you want to realize that you could just leave your money in there. So for me, I think it's important to have a trading account, more of like an active trading account, and then have a long-term account, a retirement account that you're just all set ready to go on. Right? You want your retirement account to just be stable and steady, but you want your active trading account to hopefully be able to outpace that, right? Be able to be a little bit more active, a little bit more interactive, be able to get all these great investments and, get these quick returns. Guys, S&P 500 still falling. New low of the day, 558.24. Come on now. Come on now. Let's see if we get another 40, 50 cent drop. I don't know if we're going to get it or not. We're close. Can we get, another 40 cent drop? Give it a chance down towards 557.90. Get filled on a dip buy and move ourselves back on up. Seal, are there companies that would fund a stockbroker account and one would trade for them and keep some commission? I mean, there's always brokers out there that you could contact or financial advisors that actively trade. It just comes down to really trusting them, right? So it's like, if you say, hey, here's $100,000, you're giving it to some guy out there that he's saying, all right, hey, I got $100,000 of not my own money. If I lose it, I lose it. If I win, then great, I get some commission. So he's going to try his best to win, but it's a scary thing to give your money to someone else to say, okay, hey, go ahead and trade this. Right now, we're still watching for that little pullback. Still watching for a little bit more. 30-cent drop. Get filled. Get that bounce play back on up. We got LCFY. That one just spike on up. LCFY, little upper shadow. Yeah, the LCFY is still alive. It's a little scary. LCFY scares me a little bit, guys. It's a fast mover, but it's a little scary. So that one's still holding on up. All right, we do have the SPY getting a little bit of a dip buy, a little bit of a bounce here. Absolutely great, absolutely awesome. A little bit of a bounce. Traders. I think I'm good here. I think I'm good. I think I'm, set. I think, there's no reason for me to put myself in on any more trades. We're getting closer to lunch hours. I'm going to take my winnings. I'm going to take my profits. I'm going to take my gains of $1,800, add it to the account. Claire, call the bank. Let them know another 1,800 deposits coming on through. Thank you. And just make sure that we're all set here. So another day of winning, another day of profits, another day of coming out on top, another day of just doing what we do best. $1,800 in the gains. Oh, baby. I mean, I love it. I feel like right now we are just absolutely on fire. We have not been getting slowed down whatsoever at all. We're consistently coming out on top. We're consistently making money. We're consistently staying in the green. We're keeping this green streak going even more day after day. Penny stocks. Fading on off. KZIA done. BDRX done. VLCN done. LCFY is one of the only plays left and available. I feel like I'm getting a little forcey over on the S&P 500. Don't need to put myself in any bad position. Walk away a winner. Walk away on top. And walk away being dominant in the market. That's what I want to do. Traders, as always, it's an absolute joy being here with you. It's an absolute joy. Absolutely crushing it here with you. It's an absolute pleasure to be able to live stream in front of you every single day. Tonight, we do have the Utah Mastermind. Guys, we are on the verge already of being sold out. So if you guys want to come, please email me at dekmartrades@gmail.com. I am more than happy to help you guys on out with anything that you guys need. But if you are coming to Utah, you got to email me right now because we only have about one spot left. All right? Get pumped. Get excited. Ladies and gentlemen, help me wrap up this morning. What a day it was. What a morning it was. Congratulations. Get on over here to tradecaster.com if you want to trade live with me every single day. And welcome to the #1 trading community in the world. You guys know the drill. Let's get after it here, team. In 3, 2, 1. Ah-hoo! Today? Did you make a profit today? Did you come out on top today? I'm the Batman. I got this question the other day. Why are you successful?
So I ball so hard, motherfucker.
$1,000 profit today.
The first niggas gotta find me.
$700.
50 grand to a motherfucker like me. Can you please remind me? Ball so hard, this shit crazy.
$1,000.
Y'all know that don't shit phase. And as we go,
Lock it on up.
too when I look at you like this shit gravy. Ball so hard, this shit weird. We ain't even pro be here.
1,400.
It's only right that we be fair.
Who's ready for $1 million year?
You should be asking how to be successful. Tyson, Jordan, Game 6.
Don't run away from your love. Don't turn away from the heart of the groove, from the way that we move. Kill the lights we can't lose. Kill the lights and look right at me. Close your eyes, you can see me by the way that I feel. Kill the lights and touch my body. Close your eyes, you can see me by the way that I feel. Come and spin me around, let's get lost in the sound. Close your eyes, you can see me by the way that I feel. Touch my body, kill the lights tonight. Let's live our life. Tomorrow doesn't always come. Don't try to hide, let's have some fun. You can't rely on anything or anyone who fights the love you have inside. Don't run away from your love. Don't turn away from the heart of the groove, from the way that we move. Kill the lights we can't lose. Kill the lights and look right at me. Close your lights and look right at me. Close your eyes, you can see me by the way that I feel. Kill the lights and touch my body. Close your eyes, you can see me by the way that I feel. Come and spin me around, let's get lost in the sound. Close your eyes, you can see me by the way that I feel. Touch my body, kill the lights tonight.
Feeling your energy, let it wash over me. I'm putting it on repeat. Only way is up. Where do we go from here? Destination, we don't care. When we're floating in midair, only way is up. Don't need no airplanes. We lived enough. Wild nights go crazy. We live on. Our hearts keep racing. We can't get enough. Can't get enough. Can't get enough.
Oh my God, baby, we won't stop, baby, we won't stop, baby, we won't stop for it. Oh my God, baby, we won't stop, baby, we won't stop, baby, we won't stop for it. Oh my God, baby, we won't stop, baby, we won't stop, baby, we won't stop for it. Oh my God, baby, we won't stop, baby, we won't stop for it. Oh my God, baby, we won't stop, baby, we won't stop for it. Oh my God, baby, we won't stop, baby, we won't stop for it. Oh my God, baby, we won't stop, baby, we won't stop for it. Oh my God.
Lying our worries away. You can be my holiday, giving me more than you take. I'ma make you center stage.